Hello, boys and girls. Today I wanted to introduce you to something new. It's called an idiom. I wrote the definition here on the board. An idiom is a non-literal, that means not real, phrase that has a meaning behind it. And actually, you guys probably hear these all the time, and I think they're pretty fun to use when talking day to day with your friends and to read in stories. And the reason I wanted to introduce you to this is because I noticed in the book that I read to you the other day, Mr. Putter and Tabby, there's an idiom. And it's right here, talking about Mr. Putter and Tabby sleeping. And it says that they slept like logs. That's an idiom. Mr. Putter and Tabby didn't literally sleep like a log. What that means is they slept really well. They got a really good night's sleep. So I want to share some other idioms with you that I think are pretty fun, and you've probably heard of some of these. The first one up top in purple, under the weather. So pause and maybe you could talk with your mom or your dad or just predict in your mind what you think under the weather means. I'll even use it in a sentence for you. My little brother is feeling under the weather today, so he didn't go to school. So as a lot of you probably know, under the weather means you're not feeling very well. You might be sick. The second one, break a leg. I always used to laugh at this one as a little girl because my dad would say to me at my dance recital, Amy, go break a leg. And at first I didn't understand it, but obviously now I know what it means. So if you can make a guess on that one, what do you think it means if my dad said, Amy, go break a leg at the recital? Break a leg is an idiom for good luck. The next one, call it a day. What do you think that means? Here's a sentence for you. Oh, it just started raining, so let's just call it a day and head home. To call it a day means to end what you're doing, to stop and not continue it anymore. So even sometimes I know, if you're working on a project at home and maybe that day is just a hard day for you, your mom or your dad might say, you know what, Ben, let's just call it a day. We'll start it again tomorrow. That means to start it over. All right, and the last one, costs an arm and a leg. This is another one my mom always used when I was little. You might go to a store and you might ask your parents for something and they might say, no, that costs an arm and a leg. Obviously, it doesn't really cost you your arm and your leg. That means it costs a lot of money. Okay. So those were a few examples I thought were fun. There are so many idioms. You can look them up on the internet. I just Google searched. There are lots of lists of different idioms. So I thought it'd be fun for you, maybe with a parent, to do the research and find one that you think is fun. And then I gave you 3 options in the lesson plans of what you can do with your idiom. And I thought it would be fun to share them at our Zoom meeting next week. So the first option is a poster, and I did an example of that for you. It's not really a poster, but I'll show you my example. It's raining like cats and dogs today. And I'm sure most of you know that means it's raining really hard. It's obviously not really raining cats and dogs. Another option that you can do that I mentioned is create your idiom, like an image of it with Play-Doh. And then your third option is you could create a video and send it to me and we could share it with the class. So those are your 3 options. I can't wait to see the different idioms that you choose and have fun with it. Okay, bye.